Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm down here at the Peppermill. Absolutely fabulous. My last guest was incredible, as we all can find out, and what he's talked about and everything. Absolutely amazing. And we have now Angela and Jay with us. Actually, Angela, she writes poetry, plus other things. She has a book. She has all sorts of stuff going. And Jay, he is a comedian. He's a singer. He's a writer. You're a producer. And also he said to me, and I thought this was so funny, and we were just having a little conversation, and he said, and I'm 5 foot with the hat.
With the hat.
With the hat.
That's why they call me Little J.
So what have you got? What are you? 4 what?
4'11".
4'11".
Yeah, that's a big question.
Wow.
How tall are you? How small am I?
Wait, you could have been a jockey.
I would have been a good jockey.
You would have been a great jockey.
20 years ago.
That's very funny.
But now in the last 20 years, I have me and I have the weight of my alter ego.
You have me and you have somebody else with you,
I've
right?
expanded way too much to be a jockey. The horse would be like, "You're killing me, you're killing me." You know?
I can't even see the finish line.
Who the heck invented double stuffed cookies? You know, I'm like an Oreo cookie. You know, double stuffed, the cream expanded.
That's the cream expanded. Yeah, I know all about that. So how long have you both been involved? Your husband and wife, right?
Yes.
So how do you put up with him? Is that okay? Is he...
Oh, he has a big heart, and just as strong personality he has a big heart.
He makes you happy.
He does.
Isn't that wonderful?
He does make me
Because
happy.
most men don't make women happy these days. To clarify, because she looks very happy.
He puts up with me too.
You put up with each other, and I don't think it's putting up. It's just understanding each other, and you know when to move away from each other, so that it's not going to cause a conflict or an argument.
When the conflict's coming, you gotta forget about it.
You gotta. Oh, that's
forget about it.
You gotta forget about it.
Forget about it.
Tomorrow's another day.
Yes. But live today.
That's right. That's right. Today. To the fullest.
So, where are you appearing in Vegas at the moment?
I do many shows up and down the strip.
Okay.
Sometimes I host the Bebo Awards at the Palazzo.
Okay.
Sometimes I do private shows at the Italian American Club. Currently, I'm getting ready to do Waking Up as One Nation.
Oh, wonderful.
Both my wife and I are ambassadors for peace. So we work closely at City Hall with Felipe Ortiz and Bob Coffin. And a good friend of ours, Rosemary Flores, she has this organization that she put together called Waking Up as One Nation. The whole dream is
Waking Up as One Nation? That means the whole world?
Yes, just quit worrying about color.
How gorgeous is that? Oh, I don't think there's color in the world. I don't think there's color. Religion, we can all choose that. That's something we can all choose. But we can't choose our color. We're born the way we're born. And that's
right.
And we have to do. And I always say that to people. I said, why are you criticized? Why do we have this racial thing? Why do we have all this stuff going on? We're born as we never asked to be what color we're going to be born. I mean, I didn't ask to be born in England, to be born white and have culture. I didn't ask for that. It just happened.
But you had the best culture. It's like, I say.
Yes.
I say.
No, I'm the same
It's
as
so dignified,
I'm
you know.
the same
In New
as
York,
everybody.
we're like, we sound like we're going to fight. We're like, hey, how you doing?
But I love the way.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I asked you a question. Would you answer me? But
Well, I can't do that. I tried to do that.
But you
know
sound
how
so
do it.
proper. You sound so proper.
You did it pretty well.
Let me tell you what I think is beautiful.
Yes,
I went to England, and
I
I spent a little time in Ipswich.
Oh, I know Ipswich very well. What you doing in Ipswich?
Well, I've been all around the world doing comedy.
Well, Ipswich is something you don't go to Ipswich in England.
There's something called Great Yarmouth.
I know Great Yarmouth as well.
Well, you know, in New York, you do Coney Island.
By the way,
I did Great Yarmouth.
It's
Great Yarmouth.
So I did Great Yarmouth. Sound like a big dinosaur, you know? Great mammoth, you know?
So how did you get there? Who booked you to go there?
If I told you some of the places I've been, some of the things I've had to do to get some of the gigs I get, forget about it.
Forget about it. Well, we're going to forget about it.
You'll be here all day with me. But when I was in England, what I thought was really neat was that everybody's so proper. Like I was asking for the trash. I had a little piece of trash. Where's the trash? I said, oh, the dustbin's right there. There's a dustbin. And I needed some shoes, you know, they're plimsolls. So I was like, okay. And then the funniest was, I was looking for a train, you know. They're like, but you could take Laurie. I'm like, well, who's Laurie? Where's Laurie?
The lorry.
Laurie's right over there, yeah. And everybody's riding a double-decker. But the funny thing was, this guy came up to me and he says,
oh, the bus, you mean?
Yes, he says, I say.
Prim and proper, my dear.
I feel a bit queer today. Do you happen to have a fag? It's like, You feel a bit queer and you want a fag. All right, let me analyze this. But a fag's a cigarette.
Of course it is. I know what it is. Of course.
And queer, he wasn't feeling so well, you know.
But
in New York,
and a cigarette would do
New York, I wouldn't get on the bus and say, "Hey, I'm feeling a bit queer today. Do you got a fag?"
Well, feeling queer number one, and then a fag number two. That's like double decker.
It was awesome. But what I really liked was
What did you really like about
in
good
New
old
York.
England?
In New York,
Oh,
right?
New York,
I'm from
yes.
the Bronx.
Yes.
Hip hop,
Really?
boogie down, right?
Yep.
Everybody's like, we're gonna have a hot time with our girl tonight. Hey, forget about it, and you know how everybody talks.
Yes,
you know,
yes, I
tap
do.
that out on the floor, tap it, but not in London. In
No,
London,
no.
they're like, I say,
Excuse me.
who's your father? Who's your father? Because nobody's saying, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
No,
And then
your
they say,
father.
we're doing it, K9. We're doing it, K9. Ever so proper.
You're
Okay.
bringing me
That
back
was
to
so
good old
proper.
England.
There you
Now,
go.
were you in England with him?
No.
No, this
Thought
was
I'd try
before.
that out.
This was before the wedding.
Oh, you're picking the English accent up very, very well, my
I'm
dear.
practicing.
Now, you write sonnets or you write poems?
I write poems.
I
and-
write sonnets. I'm a
Do
sonnet writer.
you?
Yes, I am. Yep, I love them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love sonnets.
How
But that's like a
awesome.
Shakespeare thing. So what sort of poem?
Awesome.
You said you actually wrote a poem when we had the October 1st shooting. But did you
Yes.
write it after this shooting, or when did you write it?
I actually wrote it. I think it was during, wasn't it?
That evening, in the hospital.
In the hospital, I went to go see my cousin.
Oh, so you went to see your cousin because your cousin got shot?
He got shot. Yes, his name was
Okay.
Robert Aguilar. He got shot in the chest.
But he lived.
He lived.
Amazing.
Thank God. Thank
Amazing.
God.
That is
He
amazing.
lived.
So what was this poem you wrote?
Well, it was called "We Are One, Vegas Strong."
Yes.
And it's about us coming together as people in Vegas, that we weren't going to let this bring us down or make us weak, that we were going to get closer together to people, do things a little bit better, have a little bit more compassion for people.
I think that's what we need in the entire
A
world,
little
but
bit
we
more
certainly need it.
compassion
We need compassion towards. Let's try to see the beautiful side, not the ugly side.
Yeah.
Let's try to see how great people do things and not how badly. We're always picking, oh, look what she looks like, or look what he looks like.
Exactly.
Let's say, oh, don't they look great? Don't they look nice?
Yes.
Let's try to reverse this whole attitude of life.
Let's see what makes that person so great.
A smile,
You
put
know?
a smile on their
Yeah,
face.
A smile.
Yes.
But the poem is about people just getting together
Yes.
and looking to help one another. Really,
Yeah.
just to help one another.
You know,
'cause
I-
you never know if it might be you or me or
It could be
someone
anybody.
else.
It's funny because I think it was a couple of days after this tragedy happened. I happened to be driving up Vegas Boulevard, and I'm driving south and going east. Is this whole stream? The cars never stopped, and they all had the American flag on them.
Yeah.
They had them sticking out of the side, on the top, and it was like this whole procession of these flags. I could not believe. And I was trying to take a photograph, but I was driving at the same time, so it was a little awkward. But it was the most incredible scene. And when you say, "Stay strong and stay
Yeah.
together," and this is exactly what I saw, and it was so beautiful. And then when I got further up past the Mandalay Bay, I suddenly saw all these white crosses. And that was before they ever had any flowers or anything on them. And all you saw was all these crosses. And it was the most amazing sight I've ever seen. And then, of course, afterwards, we got all the flowers and we got all the everything out there. It was just absolutely amazing. So,
Yes.
so Vegas is strong. They
Yes.
are strong here.
Vegas strong.
But I think this has made Vegas a little stronger. I think,
Yes.
I think we're coming together a little bit more.
Yeah, it's true.
What difference would you like to see? You probably, how long have you both been here?
I've been here about 10, 11 years.
I've been coming back and forth 30 years.
30, you don't look old enough.
Yeah, I'm 52.
Are you really?
I'm 52.
He's 52.
You know what the secret is? Chubby cheeks knock out the wrinkles.
Can I say
Everybody
the same?
says
So
go
that
on a
means
diet.
I
I say
gotta
forget
put some
about it.
weight on.
Eat a lot of food, you look young forever. And you're happy, Hungry people are pissed off.
You are funny. You are funny. Well, everything you see in Vegas, and when these tragedies and different things are going, what would you like to see changed in Vegas? What is the thing you'd like to really see changed? Maybe the entertainment business, whatever it is. What would you like to see changed?
Could I
is that for
answer
Jay?
first?
Yes, you can answer.
I'm
yes.
gonna answer first. Being an entertainer, because I've done all the old school showrooms. I had an
Yes.
ongoing show at the Riv. It was a blast. It was called the VIP Variety Show. I performed at the Hacienda. I used to perform at the Sahara. I opened for Roseanne Barr in the Conga Room.
Oh, amazing.
yeah,
Roseanne Barr.
yeah.
She's on
So-
the news lately.
I didn't know. I didn't know. So sorry. I don't know.
No, it's good.
Okay. All right. So but I consider myself an old school entertainer. You know, and I got to meet a lot of cool people. Like even being in the Peppermill is so cool to me because the first time I was ever here, I was 15 years old, and I sat in a booth with Lola Falana, Cookie Jar and the Crumbs, and Tina Turner. And it was all because my uncle had brought me to the Silver Slipper to see Lola Falana and Tina Turner. And I didn't know that back in his younger days, he used to sing with Cookie Jar and the Crumbs.
Really?
So we all met together here in the Peppermill.
And you were only 15?
I was 15 years old.
You must have been absolutely
So
elated.
I was just in awe. I was like, wow, who do I look at? You know, who do I look at?
Who do I
So
talk
yeah,
to? What
yeah,
do
it was
I
really
do?
cool. And here I am at 52 in the Peppermill being interviewed.
And then
my
you're being interviewed,
and my
yes.
dream was to be an entertainer. So what I would like to see change in Vegas is I would like that feeling of entertainment to become up close and personal again.
Yes.
Because
well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I love it. I love
yes.
it. I mean, look, I can touch you. We're
Yes,
close,
you can.
know. Yeah, I mean, I've been in a few interviews. You know, they're way over there. You know, they, can you hear me?
No, I like everything close to me. Otherwise, you know.
So, but what I would like to see change is that the shows become personal again, because in the old days we did a lot of meet and greets.
Well, you actually reach the people. You actually.
I do my skits very old school. I still
Yes.
jump off the stage. I still put the microphone on you. I
Oh,
join
how
you
lovely. That's
to joke
nice.
with me.
Yes,
I join you to
yes.
sing with me.
Well, you know,
and it's
most
such
people
a
want to
warm
be
feeling.
part of it, though, don't they?
Exactly.
People
Yeah.
love to be part of it because they want to like be on stage and like
Exactly.
to be, you know, they want to be you.
And back then everybody dressed for it.
Yes, they
Okay,
did. Yes.
it's like today you don't know who the entertainer is and who the panhandler is. I mean, everybody's got the T-shirt and the flip flop. It's like
Oh, if I see any more, if I
oh,
see
I'm
any
sorry,
more,
you're not asking me for a dollar. You work here. Oh, okay. You know.
If I see any more men's legs, because men are wearing these
that's
shorts.
true.
Men's legs, believe me, are not pretty. They are so ugly. They are ugly, believe me. Especially when these older men, they've got these bow legs and they've got these white
Bow
socks.
legs.
They've got the white socks and these funny shorts and tennis shoes.
I just wish I
And they
had
think,
legs.
why can't I find a woman? Well, that's why you can't find a woman. 'Cause they don't-
I've got the Gambino legs.
Oh, you got the Gambino.
Gambino is a derivative of Gambia, which means something small and short in the leg. So if you're a real Gambino, you got these short little legs. So forget about it. I can do a trick nobody can do. You see? You're sitting, right?
Yes.
Sit nice and straight.
Yes.
Okay? I'm going to stand. Standing
Hello.
and sitting is basically the same size. Only I can do that with my Gambino legs.
Only you could
It
do
does-
that.
it does-
No, only you could do that in my show.
Yes.
That stand and you can still
Standing
be
or
seen,
sitting,
but
yes.
you can still completely
Now
be
that's
seen.
a magic trick right there. I mean, when I'm doing my comedy, right, I go out on the stage, the microphones are way up here because everybody's
Yes.
tall. So the first thing I do is grab the mic and I'm like, the plane, boss, the plane. That's an
I
HQ,
love it.
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Welcome
Yes,
to Fantasy
yes.
Island.
So you'd like to see, and I agree with you. I'd like to see more entertainers.
I'd like to see more
actually.
appreciation
I'd like to
'cause it's
see.
going away.
I'd like to see more lounge shows.
Yes,
That
yes,
you can
and
just-
jazz. Let's
Oh,
bring
I
some
love the
jazz.
jazz.
Let's bring some
Yeah, I
real
love jazz,
jazz.
too.
Real
so,
musicians.
So what do you miss? What do you think they should do here?
I think they should put more jazz, definitely,
Jazz.
because I love that old school feel,
Yeah.
the class, you
Yeah.
know, the respect and the dignity. It just
Yeah.
makes you feel like you respect where you are.
Yeah.
You enjoy being in Vegas, you know. So
It's
I would
just,
like to
it's
see
just
that.
very, very different.
Makes you
Yeah.
want to behave.
Well, I'm not complaining
You know?
about Vegas because I think Vegas is Vegas. It's always going to be like that. But I think to dress up a little bit more would be
Yeah.
great. Would be
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
And you know, you really look nice. When people come on my show, they dress up. I mean,
That's
some
right.
most of them do. Most people that come on my show dress up, and I think that's the greatest respect. And
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody out there.
We
for doing that.
appreciate you.
We appreciate
We
you.
appreciate
Well,
you.
What
You
we
look
try to do,
marvelous.
well, thank you. Well, we try to, bring entertainers to find out what's going on in Vegas. How can we change? How can we get more stuff out there? And how can you get more work? And as
Right.
well, get paid for it. So that's what we try to do. If anybody wants to reach you, how can they reach you?
I'm everywhere. Just Google me, Little J Gambino, Little, letter J, last name Gambino. You'll find me everywhere.
Gambino is a typical
Yep.
Italian.
And the Gambino
nice.
family. I am also J Gambino Ambassador for Peace. My mission is to create unity in the community. So I get involved in all the events to stop gang violence. My motto is put down the gun, put down the knife. It's time for us to get high on life.
Absolutely.
So
That's
you can find me everywhere, and then you can find
and
my
then what
wife.
about-
She
where
does
do
her
they find
poetry.
you?
You're
for the
doing your
poetry?
urban lounge.
I'll be at the Urban Lounge in about 3 weeks, and I'll be reading some of my poetry.
Mhm.
And
In the Art
I'm
District.
also
Yes, I've been
on
there.
Facebook.
Yes, that Sparkle, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Sparkle's going to be
yes.
doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, I went down there one time
Did
and I
you?
read one of my sonnets, and
Oh, that's
my
wonderful.
sonnets are a little bit different, so I don't know how it was perceived, but I left before anybody could say anything.
Well, you
should come
made a
with
lasting
us.
impression.
I don't
'cause you
know.
were the different one.
Yeah, mine was very different.
It's nice to be
But
unique.
That's good.
Well, I was never a follower. I don't follow. I kind of lead.
I'm the
the
same way, and
yeah.
my poetry is about many different topics.
Yes.
So
Very
I have
eclectic.
a lot of spice to it, but
And
a lot
tell
of
them your
spirit
pen
to
name,
it.
Yes.
Bella
And
Victoria.
my pen name is Bella Victoria.
Bella Victoria.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'll be
beautiful.
doing
Beautiful
my
name.
victory.
poetry as.
Beautiful victory.
That's beautiful. So don't forget to catch up with them. It's going to be with Sparkle at
And
the
may I
Urban
say
Lounge.
something?
Yes.
Everybody's invited to Waking Up as One Nation. It's a free outdoor concert. It's sponsored by Bob Coffin and Felipe Ortiz at City Hall. 4 hours, free entertainment. Me and 22 other performers. You have rock, pop, hip hop, reggae, dancers, poetry. It's just a beautiful day.
And when is that going to be?
It's going to be November 3rd on
November
a Saturday.
3rd, so write that down in your calendar.
It's our 4th one. We've been doing it every year. Last year was a little bit different because it followed right after the shooting. It was just 30 days after the shooting. And thank you to everybody that had the guts to still come out, because everybody was afraid because it was an outdoor concert.
Yes,
yeah, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful time. It's family friendly. If you like Bette Midler, we got Bette Midler. If you like Frankie Valli, we got Frankie Valli. If you like reggae, we got reggae. We got
I love
top,
reggae.
Yeah, we got the top impersonators. We got the top smooth reggae music. We got poetry. And then you got me being the MC, and I'll throw a couple of jokes. I do recycled music.
Recycle. Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, I take tunes from the past,
Yes.
and I give them all fun new lyrics. Like the old song Monster Mash,
Yes.
I turn it into Mobster Bash, about 2 big Italians throwing the guy in the East River.
I love it.
Well,
You see, you've always got something coming in. You're always, you're always doing
There you go.
something. Isn't that amazing?
because at least one good thing, and everybody says to me, Gambino, it was nicer when the mob ran Vegas. I says, yes, it was. But we have to remember something. It's better to be 86 today and not back then. Because in the mob days, when you were 86, that meant there was a ditch bit dug for you out there in the desert. Nobody
the
saw
desert's
you
full
again.
of them.
You got seriously 86. Out here, at least they just take your picture and say, don't come back no more.
Do people know what 86 is? 86, I believe, if I'm mistaken, is 8 miles out and 6 feet down.
You got it. You got the old
That's
school
what
way.
86
Yep.
is. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Vegas Live with Ninon.